So Adin Ross has gone off on KSI.
Tate loses, now Misfits is fucked. Okay, it's the truth. They put a lot of money into Tate.
After the Andrew Tate loss, there has been a little bit of a back and forth. KSI and Adin, who picked Andrew Tate to win. And this has turned into something now where it's a back and forth again. Obviously, KSI is the owner of Misfits. Adin Ross is the owner of Brand Risk. They had back and forths in the past before. And Adin was saying that your script has been messed up for Misfits now because you was the one that was going to fight Andrew Tate.
Rent-free, Chase. Listen, dude. Why are you tweeting? Like, you won. Go celebrate. Go take a trip with your friends, your camp. Go crazy, bro. You should be tweeting Adin, Neon. I can't wait to see them in person. What are you gonna do? Like, if you hit me, I'm suing you. My security's gonna go in your shit. Congrats on your win. Now, KSI is for you. I know your whole plan was ruined. You needed Andrew Tate to win so you guys could fight next year. I just ruined the script. Tate loses, now Misfits is fucked. Okay, it's the truth. They put a lot of money into Tate. It's not gonna be, it wasn't what they expected here. They're panicking. I wish you guys the best of luck. KSI, fight on Misfits, save it.
To be fair, Chase Demore has been a lot more humbled than some people thought he was going to be after getting this W. But he said, "Someone tag me in these responses." Adin Ross. He also said, "The only thing I'm going to say is someone can tag me in Neon and Adin Ross's response. I got a few words for their asses when I see them." So he has a problem with these guys for doubting. So, not only did Adin pick Andrew Tate to easily win against Chase, he picked Jake Paul to beat Anthony Joshua. And KSI said, "How was your weekend, buddy?" And also, "How's the jaw to Jake Paul for losing that fight?"
Hey, man. I mean, I think that that's what it sometimes it comes down to, you know. I think that KSI did put a large amount of work, energy, and effort into building Misfits as well, though. So don't take that away from him. You know, I want people to understand that just because he has an injury and, you know, he's not in the ring right now, maybe he's not passionate with fighting right now, but he still built Misfits to where it is today. Him and Mams are a power duo, and it's really honestly inspirational to see them do it. But Tate coming in, man, it's a power play, and I'm very excited to see what Tate's about to do with Misfits as well.
Obviously, Tate came to your event, I think it was like March, April time, earlier this year.
Yeah,
was there any sort of element of disappointment on your side, considering your friendship with Tate and Tate not coming to Brand Risk to fight and choosing Misfits?
Not at all. I think when there's an opportunity there, you take it, and I think he did the right thing. And I think that him pulling the trigger on that is huge. Again, everyone wants to watch him get in that ring, and him doing that, it just makes sense. It's genius, and I'm happy for him, honestly. I'm happy for him. I said it again, Mams, KSI, power play.
Does he beat Chase Demore?
Obviously. I mean, it's not going to even be close. I heard, I don't know if we could put this in there, but Chibu was fucking up Chase Demore in a spar, which, wow. And that's crazy. And by the way, Chibu's an excellent fighter. Don't get it fucked up now, but that's fucking crazy. So, yeah, I mean, it's not going to be close. I mean, at all. Andrew's obviously going to finish him. And then hopefully we see Andrew fight KSI next. That's the one that everyone wants to see, for sure.
He said it was going to be easy for Andrew Tate. Adin's got that personality where he'd be trolling half the time anyway. But saying Jake Paul was going to beat Anthony Joshua, I think it's mainly because he was doing content with him as well, trying to keep him happy, that he says things like this. Then that stream tour around the house led on to him saying he's got a feeling that Anthony Joshua is going to lose the fight, and Jake Paul will get to it.
Hey, Raymond.
All right, so we're watching this Netflix shit.
What, the Diddy shit?
No, watching the fight. Jake, I think Anderson Silva's about to fight.
Did you bet money on Jake?
Hey, of course. Did you?
I feel like I should.
You should. Do you know, Cheeser, I promise you, dude, I have a really weird feeling Jake's going to win this fight.
Wait, what's that multi?
A 6X.
Oh.
Ask your chat. They're going to call me retarded and shit.
Did you bet a lot or mid? Be honest.
Dude, yeah, I win like $300K if he wins.
So you bet 50K.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, dude, this is going to be a good fight. Cheese, dude, trust.
I might low-key do 5K. I don't know.
Cheeser, I'm telling you, bro, he's going to win. He beat Mike Tyson.
Dude,
Okay.
All right. Now you're just glazing.
Okay.
Come on. Motherfucker said he beat Mike Tyson.
He did.
Look, Everyone knew that Anthony Joshua was going to win that fight. But it's the other one that was more surprising. Andrew Tate was by far the favorite. And KSI said, "If I didn't lose, I would have won." After Andrew Tate addressed his loss in a long video. The problem with the video you're about to watch is Andrew Tate gave a 45-minute explanation on why he lost and just addressing the fight overall. And parts of that, as always of Andrew Tate, have been taken out of context here and there. But this is what KSI was responding to.
I don't even know. I've not yet had time to process why he beat me. I got tired after the second round, and I don't know why. The first and second round, he couldn't touch me. If I didn't get tired, I would have won. I'm a better boxer, but I did get tired. Maybe it's ring rust. Maybe I'm too old. Maybe he's too heavy and he kept leaning on me. I don't know why, but he beat me. And let me make something else very clear to you. I have complete respect for Chase Damore. It would have been very difficult for him mentally, just like it was very difficult for me mentally. And for him to turn up on the day and get it done, complete respect to him. As long as I'm breathing, I'm not afraid of any of you. Fuck you. And if I can get up, I'm gonna get up. I don't feel sorry for myself. I don't sit around hoping my enemies are gonna have mercy on me. I don't mope around the house like, oh, please stop. Nah, fuck you. I'll get up. Kick my ass. I'll get up. That's why I'm top G. Not because I always win, because I always get up. Anyone I've inspired has made it all worth it. And if I could go back in time, knowing the result, knowing I would lose in front of the world, I'd do it again.
We see, obviously, the celebrations from KSI after Tate lost, because they've had their back and forth in the past. Them two do not get on. But it is a bad thing overall for Misfits. I've got to agree with that. Because he was meant to be the new CEO of the brand. He's meant to have a couple of fights that was going to generate revenue for KSI's company. So it's a little bit of a bizarre situation. You have to give KSI credit. He's got so much different businesses going on that it was good for him to have a break, and someone like Andrew Tate be at the forefront of the company. But that's ended quite quickly. But what is next for KSI? Could he come back and compete? He's been mocking Jake Paul non-stop for losing to Anthony Joshua. Of course, they both lost to Tommy Fury. But the Jake Paul manager, Nikisa, has said he believes there is too far of a skill gap between Jake Paul and KSI for that fight to even happen.
Speaking of the future, and I'll let you go in a moment, I do want to know, as far as Jake is concerned, obviously he moves back down to cruiserweight. He's alluded to that. But would you like to see him maybe just take a bit of a step back in terms of opponent now? Like, does he go back to the Furies or maybe even finally the KSIs of the world? Or do you think now that he's gone in there with AJ, he's swimming with those types of sharks? What would you like to see when he heals up?
I think, look, one, KSI is not anything to do with boxing. That's just like a nice to have if and when KSI ever, comes back into boxing and wants to do it. I think that's something that would be great for the fans. But I do think at this stage, Jake's skill set is way too advanced for KSI, and he'd be smart not to do it. In terms of who he fights next, we haven't had that conversation. I have certain ideas. Tommy Fury is not it. I don't think he's reliable to do that. But it's really up to Jake. I need to hear from him how he sees it going, and he does want to win a belt. And so I think there's ways of doing that in the right way to allow him to get back to that top of the mountain in terms of getting a belt, and also continue to do big spectacular events.
Realistically, do you think we see him again in 2026?
Very much so, yes.
Now, the latest reports from the earnings is that he got 92 million. Someone had put up on X, "Would you let someone break your jaw for 92 million?" And Jake Paul responded yes. And people have mixed feelings about how much credit to give Jake Paul, saying he ran the whole fight until he got knocked out. Anthony Joshua could have knocked him out whenever he wanted to. So it doesn't mean because he lasted 6 rounds with AJ that it's a mismatch. But in saying that, you would never see Anthony Joshua versus KSI. I think KSI is more humble in his approach to boxing and more realistic. One thing I have to agree with Adin Ross on is this was devastating for Misfits. Anytime you have someone that is a golden pay-per-view star and can generate sales, they're a massive part of the company. They thought, he'll probably get through this first hurdle and chase D'Amour and go on to bigger and better things. And even if they give him a percentage of the company or 20 million, that's the same sort of thing. 20 million of the budget from a company. It's kind of an investment into you doing better things down the line. And 10% of the company, if Andrew Tate does own that. Right now, he's not the biggest asset after a loss. Probably not going to see him involved in the promotional stuff or even him fight again. Maybe Andrew Tate did not rule out the rematch, and I personally think he should definitely do it. It suits his image so much more to get it back in blood. And many people become fans of him just for rectifying that. And Chase is definitely beatable.
Andrew, will you do the rematch with Chase?
I think it's disrespectful for me to sit here after only fighting him 20 minutes ago, so we're talking about rematches. It's his win, it's his day. We can talk about rematches later. But for now, Chase is the champion. He beat me fair and square, and I think we should just give him.
Derek Traore spoke a little bit about this, but I do think there is a chance here that Andrew Tate completely underestimated Chase D'Amour. When you look at it, and he's released so much stuff from his camp, it's all his friends he's sparring with that are not really high-level boxers that he's going to learn from. And he brought in his kickboxing coach that he's been loyal to throughout his career, rather than a straight-up boxing trainer. Maybe Andrew just thought his experience was going to be enough for Chase D'Amour. But obviously, there was a lot of ring rust there.
Tate, you're getting beat last night. Did he get beat last night? He lost. I believe that he didn't have the right training coach. What? What do you mean? Whoever was training him was shit. I mean, whoever trained Andrew Tate for that fight was a fucking shit coach. The level of competition he was facing had been memed for weeks about how terrible a fighter this guy was. No, that guy's no terrible fighter. That guy's a fucking big motherfucker, man. He's got long arms. It's just awkward.
As for Andrew Tate's team, it seems like the people closest to him and around him are generally baffled that he lost. They was 100% confident going in. They were saying he was sparring good. Everything was looking great. But was that judgment actually coming from boxing coaches or people at an elite level in this sport, which Andrew Tate had the money to pay for?
Andrew did not go. I mean, I'm shook. I am shocked. Having been there pretty much every single day for this fight camp and training camp and been a main sparring partner and worked with Andrew, he was in phenomenal shape. Not just phenomenal shape, but his timing was good. He was lighting me up when we were sparring. There's plenty of footage of it online as well. It just shows time away from the ring and age are such major factors in this game. And I've been around the fight game 20 years, and I've seen so many fights. I sit cage side at Octagon.
Obviously, kickboxing is what Andrew Tate has done. This guy said he sits ringside at Octagon, was in camp with Andrew. But boxing is completely different.
Age is a real thing. And if you watch that fight back, it was sloppy. There was lots of sloppy work in the later rounds. If you watch the first round, Andrew was pretty much picture perfect and did exactly what we wanted him to do. And as the fight continued and went longer, I think the grabbing and the holding and the weight and all those factors started to play in. And we didn't really prepare, I think, enough for the grabbing and the holding and the control. We tried, but in training, Andrew was so fresh and in such great shape, I couldn't even get hold of the guy. So very interesting. A real surreal experience as a cornerman. I was supremely confident, and I mean supremely confident.